It's the National Football League on EA Sports, where division rivals will clash in the NFC West. It's gonna be a good one, and it's all up next.
It is a pretty hot late summer afternoon here in the South Bay as EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to the Silicon Valley and Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis on hand. Kickoff just moments away. Charles, quickly, keys to the game.
For me, it's coaching. Who prepared his team the best going into this one to give them the confidence to believe that they would win the game? That's who's going to come out of this one on top.
The kicker, Chad Ryland, has this one teed up. And we are underway from Santa Clara. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line. So here's the first drive now for the 49ers. And they'll be led out by their quarterback now in his third season in the league.
And there's a word that constantly gets thrown around with this guy when you talk to anyone in the building. Potential. They are sky high on what they believe he can grow into in the role of a starting quarterback. In addition, there are plenty around the league who think that as well. And years from now, he can still be leading this offense out.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. Play action. Now Purdy. Pressure comes, and the Cardinals bring him down. Bilal Nichols, the defensive tackle, getting in there for a loss of 5. A lot of talk the other day about them wanting to quiet this home. They do just that.
You're exactly right about that, because that's often a conversation when you go on the road and you travel. Hey, let's take the crowd out of it. What a great way of doing so by putting the quarterback on the deck.
Purdy looking to throw. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
And this drive is almost over before it began thanks to a great defensive effort. Sack on first down, followed by an incompletion. One more good rep, and they get off the field.
I don't think this is the script they had in mind for their opening drive. This is 3rd and long. Back to throw, Purdy. He's going to float this one deep right side. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
And that might have been a situation where even though you don't hit on the deep throw, you at least put in the defender's minds early in the game that we're going to press the ball deep against your secondary. And that can have a ripple effect on how they function throughout.
Here's Thomas Morstead on now to punt it away on 4th down. Greg George deep for Arizona. This is brought in at the 21. So a good punt there, but a nice return of 11 yards. And the Cards will take over 1st and 10. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the number 1 overall pick in the 2019 draft from Oklahoma. It's Kyler Murray.
Drafted with the idea that he'd be one of the most dangerous quarterbacks in the NFL when he put it all together. We've been seeing that progress throughout his career. This guy's legs, we knew they were phenomenal. Arm, top-notch. But now we're seeing his mind come into the game. Reed's defense is better and better each and every week, and is showing patience as a passer as well. Not as eager to exit the pocket, finding guys downfield for bigger plays.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Well, for that being an option play, there really weren't too many options available for him, were there?
No, there weren't, and at least he was able to get back to the line of scrimmage, so they didn't lose anything, but you're exactly right. Nowhere to go.
Throwing now is Murray. Flushed out right. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
I can't be sure how much of that was planned pre-snap, but it certainly opens up some avenues for their offense. And if he can stay a threat to break off those kind of runs, it'll pull defenders away from coverage and open up some choice throwing lanes for him moving forward.
First carry for James Conner. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9.
Oh, there's plenty of traffic waiting for him up the middle. But give him credit, he tried barreling through anyway. They're fortunate to get a yard out of that one.
2nd and 9. Again, it's Conner. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 22 and a first down. Well, it's kind of fitting. A couple days ago when we met with him, I said, what is it about your running game that's so effective? He said, I like to tag myself as elusive. He was pretty elusive right there.
And his teammates appreciate that because they know they don't have to hold their blocks for very long. As one of them told us, if I just breathe some bad breath on the guy in front of me, that's all I need to do, and he's gone.
And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. The escapability in evidence there as that one good for 15 and a first.
Fast, slow, it doesn't matter. If you give a quarterback enough room to escape, he can hit you for a big gain. You've got to give him a little more focus moving forward.
All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Murray a give. This is Conner. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
They're looking at a 2nd and 8 now from the 10. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Conner. Fights off the defender. And he gets halfway home from the 10 to the 5 on a pickup of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off.
The 8, Zay Jones, a 5-yard touchdown. And the Cardinals will jump on top with the game's first score here this afternoon. Both sides of the football in sync early. You force the 3 and out, and then you take it down, score points.
You know what that tells me? They sold their game plan really well. Head coach said, listen, we're just going to stop them on 3 and out. We're going to take the ball downfield and score. But he also told them how it was going to happen. They're going to run this. We're going to stuff it. Then we're going to take the ball. They won't be able to keep up with us. And they got it done.
The extra point by Ryland up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So that drive in total 8 plays. And the Cardinals cap it with a touchdown. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. Now a crease here as he's past the 30. Back out there comes the 49ers offense ready for their second drive. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
The corner blitz gets there as he goes down for a loss of 7. He found his way into the backfield, and he simply would not be denied.
Well, they say that life's all about opportunities, and that holds true when you're playing defense as well. How about him seeing that chance, making the most of it, did a great job of wrapping him up and bringing him down.
Don't need it all back at once, but you figure they're going to need something here. 17 yards to go on second down. Purdy will set up to throw it here. And this one is incomplete.
That's some good closing speed there defensively because that looked open for a minute. But that's great work with the ball in the air. Never gave up.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. The throwing here, Purdy. Complete through the middle of the field. And he'll finally be taken down at the 18. A big play there on the catch and run. 59 yards.
Well, my dad would say sometimes, I'm just scratching my head here trying to figure out what was going on there defensively. How did you lose him in the middle of the field? If you're going to lose a receiver, make sure it's someone on the short side of things, not deep downfield, that can hurt your defense.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right. They go play action here, Purdy. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's second down.
You know what I like about that play? He didn't try to do too much on first down. He took what the defense gave him, put together a solid gain to bring up second and manageable. Now they have a couple of plays to pick up just a few yards and a new set of downs.
Second down and 3. First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Give him a yard on the run there, and that's going to set up a third down and 2.
Absolutely love the effort there. The ability to flow from his inside spot and stop that one at the line of scrimmage. Nice linebacker play.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Here's Purdy. And that's going to be incomplete. The coverage too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's fourth down.
Well, that play there was certainly a scouting report special because coverage was all too aware that this close to the end zone, he's going to become a bigger weapon for that offense, and they were there to help force the incompletion.
They'll motion the tight end across the formation. They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco. Christian McCaffrey. A 10-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers' decision to go for it pays off with 6 points. You get down this deep, Charles, you hate to settle for a field goal. They roll the dice on fourth down, really just hoping to get that first. But as it turns out, they take it all the way into the end zone.
You mentioned that they took a little bit of a gamble there. Think about it this way. Most teams throw the ball in this situation in the NFL, so they really gambled with a running play, and boy, did it pay off. Pay dirt.
Jake Moody now for the point after. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. So this drive spans 7 plays. And the last play on the drive, the touchdown run from Christian McCaffrey. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. So the Cardinals offense back onto the field here for their second drive of the game. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets them to 2nd and 4.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. And what I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Connor going to get it again on second down. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. Another 6-yard carry, same as last play. First down.
Well, they came into this game saying it was important that they set the tone and show that they can run the football. I believe that they've done that here in the first quarter.
Counting down toward the midway point in quarter one. Murray going to throw. Finding his target, it's Trey McBride. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that's going to bring up second down. I think defensively you're okay with that. You're in the first quarter. He's going to get some catches, but they rallied to him quickly.
And that's what you count on, and I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're able to do that and you don't give up big chunks of yardage after the catch, now you put the offense in a position where every series they have to work hard to get more out of a play, don't you?
Especially when you're getting it to your guy out of the backfield. You're expecting him to be able to create something, be a little more shifty.
Yeah, no doubt about it. Good open field tackling held it to an okay game.
Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to convert, albeit not by much, on 3rd and a yard. Got to say, I was a little surprised to see him, Charles, come out in the shotgun on 3rd and less than a yard.
Yeah, but the way the NFL is nowadays, we hardly ever see anyone really run for it on short yardage. So they're going to throw the football more times than not. That was a nice, easy rhythm throw right there, and they pick up the first down.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's a 2nd and 8. To throw is Murray. And the Niners get there and bring him down. They get to him for a loss of 4, and it brings up 3rd down on the sand. And this is a quarterback who's already had success on the ground in this first half, but this time they're able to hem him in.
And it's always different when you rush a mobile quarterback as opposed to a guy you know will be right back in the pocket. In this case, you got to make sure the inside pressure and the outside pressure match, and maybe even a second wave to make sure if he squirts free, you've got someone to tackle him.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation.
I thought he did a pretty good job there to get back what he could. But let's face it, that sack on 2nd down, talk about throwing a wrench into the works. He certainly did.
Yeah, he did everything he could there, trying to pick up some positive yardage, and he did, but not enough. Blake Gillikin on to punt now on 4th down. Jacob Cowing deep to receive it. And no return here. Where will they spot it? They say just outside the 20-yard line. Well, the 49ers settling in for their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
Yeah, because offensively, we know that they're not going to be shy about throwing that football. And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
You can see the time and effort and thought that they've put into their passing game because it was evident right there. It looks like a simple pitch and catch, but you and I both know that they have planned for this and worked hard to make it happen.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he'll get this one up to about the 39 here. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3. But you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going.
Got it right back to McCaffrey. He'll get about 3 as he's brought down right around the 42. Pretty good job defensively. Thought he was going to get it, but they knew where that marker was, and they stopped him just short of it.
What it does is emphasize that strategic football and situational football is not just played on the offensive side, is it? Defense understanding, as you noted, where the first down marker was and making sure they didn't get there.
They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he brings this up to the 46. Good enough for the first. It's a gain of 4 there, and it gives him a new set of downs.
Well, it wasn't a goal line situation, but how about the goal line formation on 3rd and short? They went ahead and went heavy. No surprise on who was going to get the football. How about the power exhibited there?
Yeah, that was just put a hat on a hat, drive forward. Nice job to pick it up. Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he'll get it across midfield and down into Cardinal territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
I think we all suspected that they were going back to him after he found the end zone on his last carry. And they kept the positive momentum going there. Another nice run by him.
2nd down and 4. Purdy. Over the middle, complete. That's Jennings. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 37. Give them 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. How about the first quarter he's putting together out wide? Pretty impressive.
I think that he likes the fact that we're playing this as a day game. You know, some guys, they respond better in the evenings. For some reason, it builds up. For this guy, day game, and he is off and running. You're exactly right. 100 might be conservative with the start that he's had here in the first quarter.
Yeah, by the numbers, he's on pace for 200-plus right now.
And some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone.
Partner, there are strong running plays, and then there are plays where you simply outclass the defense, and we saw the latter there. They ran straight up the heart of that front for an excellent gain and first down. Simply put, you've got to put up more of a fight defending the middle. Otherwise, this is going to be a long game.
Got his man complete over the middle. That's Jennings. So the completion good for 7 there, and that'll make it 2nd down.
And we've seen him have success earlier on with the ball in his hands because he has to get it in space and make a play kind of a receiver. But that time, they closed on him quickly and held him to a short gain.
Now 2nd and 3. Shotgun now with Purdy. That's into the hands of Pearsall on the right side. And the 49ers are going to be set up with a 1st and goal here as the tackle made at the 9.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
Now Purdy.
Quick hitter here. It's complete. And he takes this down to about the 2 before going out of bounds. A gain of 7 that time. 2nd goal.
What I love about watching the passing game nowadays is that the one-dimensional receiver is really starting to leave the game. You've got to be able to do it all. Of course, you got to run fast. Of course, you got to catch the ball. But route running savvy and toughness, there's a premium for all of that now.
Purdy now to throw.
Flush to his right. And across the chalk into the end zone. It's a 49er touchdown.
Brock Purdy
taking it in from 2 yards out. And the 49ers have now taken the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Now Moody for the PAT.
It's up and good, and it's 14-7 now here in the first quarter. So that one a long 11-play drive, and it's culminated by a 2-yard touchdown run.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Arizona getting ready to go as they take the field.
Over on the sideline, hoping to hit that reset button between possessions. Last time out, they had to punt it away. This time, hoping to finish this thing off in the end zone. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. He'll start the drive with a give to Connor. And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like someone was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Here's Murray. He'll find his rookie wideout from Ohio State here. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. His first catch, good for 14 there and a 1st down.
And that play came together really well for them as he found open space, makes the catch, and gets down to the 1-yard line. You know he's kicking himself right now. He thought he had a chance to get a touchdown and put that in his ledger. Instead, his team gets a chance to cash in over these next few plays.
And he'll be taken down as that will take us to the end of the 1st quarter of play. Through 1 quarter, 14-7 our score. Cardinal football here to start quarter number 2. As they've got it with a 1st and 10. They run behind center with Connor. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. 62 yards rushing for him as he has been tough to stop here in this 1st half.
They're making it look easy out there. Another 1st down. So far on this drive, let me do this little bit of math here. 4 plays, 3 1st downs.
That's a pretty good recipe for success. Murray now to throw. Forced, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. They'll wind up losing 3 there on the sack. Good pressure, and it's 2nd down.
Hindsight is 20/20, partner. Maybe they should have kept it on the ground again.
Well, it almost looked like the O-line was run blocking again. I mean, they opened up a big hole last time. This time they opened up a hole, and the quarterback got sacked. So 2nd and long, and got to be careful not to fall out of field goal range. Murray now. Able to get this one to McBride. And this will move the chains again as the tackle's going to be made at the 49ers 19. 3rd catch of this 1st half for him, and this one is a 1st down.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage, and here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone.
Good morning, OBX, Jake. Get it.
Here's Murray. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
I have a few questions about that throw because to me there just wasn't a lot there. I thought he tried to do a little bit too much, almost tried to will a receiver open when there was no chance he was going to be. Nice job by the linebacker being all over that one and knocking it away.
Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That play call wasn't there for them against that coverage. So they're going to spin the dial now in their playbook and come up with one more shot at the marker to try and keep this series going.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Murray. And he can't get rid.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And And his kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. Christian McCaffrey and his 49er teammates back onto the field.
He's over 40 yards here in the second quarter. Been nice and effective for them, hasn't he?
He has definitely been dependable, and really shouldn't underestimate what he's getting done here, because anytime you're on a pace that's going to approach 100 yards, you've really done some damage in an NFL game.
And now he's looking just to add to his totals.
Purdy going to lead the 49ers to the line. 1st and 10
at their own 26. That's caught out right by Jennings. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the midfield strike, they'll look to throw.
And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
And I think they'd be well served to take that type of a physical approach against him the rest of the game. He's had his way so far, but on that last one, that worked quite well for the defense.
Now a 2nd and 10.
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he is across midfield from 149 to the other 49. A gain of just 2.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Purdy from the gun.
That one complete to his receiver, Jennings. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 33. A sizable 16-yard chunk there. The drive continues. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So he got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Purdy off the play fake.
And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
Josh Sweat rushing in and bringing him down to the ground. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he won't get much. Maybe a couple. Down inside the 35 to the 34.
But not much on that run, Charles.
No, that's exactly the way to execute a run blitz there. They guessed correctly that they would move the ball on the ground, honed in on it, and stopped them. Mark that down for a win in the defense's column.
Purdy looking to throw.
And this is going to be incomplete.
Yeah, offenses always try to be smart about when they're trying to dial up a screen to the running back because they understand you can only go to the well so many times in a game without the defense starting to anticipate the call.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal.
On the left hash, officially it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that moves him up by a touchdown now at 17-10.
So a nice kick there as they add 3 to the lead.
And from what I've seen so far, Brandon, I think they've been the better of the two teams here in the first half. So even though you want the touchdown, I think that's a nice job there to put 3 points on the board.
So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And he brings us out past the 20 to the 24. The football going back over to Arizona now. They find themselves down 17-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Murray. He's got McBride here over the middle. And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his background with his footwork.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And he is out of bounds inside the 35. It's another 1st down as they bite off 23 more on that one. You know, I have a pretty good friend, Charles Davis, who tells me that when he sees plays like that, strong runs to the right, reminds him of the 1960s Green Bay Packers.
Boy, those were the days back when the fullback actually carried the ball as well as blocked. Then you had a halfback. You had pulling guards, guys who could get out and run. And you can hear the great coach saying it back then. So we get a seal here and a seal here, and we run this play right in the alley.
He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
Here's a quick throw out to Wilson. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now. They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Now Murray.
We have so many different terms for 3rd down, 3rd and short, 3rd and long, 3rd and manageable. How about 3rd and medium? Because that's what this one was. The defense looked like they had him hemmed in, but he gets away, evades the rush, and picks up just enough for the 1st down.
And he'll be stopped after a gain of only a couple down to the 15-yard line.
That's a good play by the guys on the defensive side of the ball. Held him to a gain of 2. And that changes the playbook a little bit now for the guy calling plays. 2nd and 8. Now he's got to probably think about going to the air instead of maybe staying with the ground game.
Connor going to get it again on 2nd down. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him 3 on the run there. Now they're looking at a 3rd and about 5.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, it's been a tough go for them. These guys have been driving down the field, but defensively, once they got their backs to the goal line, turned up the pressure, that's going to lead to a 4th down. Well played.
Here's Chad Ryland now on for the field goal.
This will be spotted at the 20, so it's a 30-yard attempt. And his kick is right there. It's good, and that will cut this lead back down to 4 now. It's 17-13.
Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
And San Francisco gets set to go here. And they're not going to play this conservative, I don't think. They had the field goal last time, and they're up, but they're looking to put a drive in the end zone.
Oh, I agree with you totally. No one goes out on the field and says, all right, let's just settle for 3, except in certain situations, trying to ice a game, that sort of deal. Most of the time, it's end zone, and that's what you're thinking, and I believe that's exactly what they're thinking as they begin this one.
Yeah, no quarterback ever goes out there saying, hey, let's get 3, right?
Not one that I've ever met.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey.
And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down.
End result of that one, a nice 4-yard gain, so you can use that to set up your play-action game, or you can come right back and continue to run the football because as an offensive play caller, you're on schedule and feeling pretty good about your next couple of calls.
Back to throw, Purdy. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Third catch of this first half for him, and this one is a first down.
And defensively, they were in zone coverage there. Do you have to be a little careful? You're losing, playing against a good quarterback like he is, to not play too much zone?
Yeah, you have to be careful about how much time you're giving up. I think it's a good point you just brought up. So maybe if you still want to play zone, you go to a zone blitz scheme. And you can drop anyone out of your defensive front, defensive end, defensive tackle. It doesn't matter. You just exchange someone to bring more pressure towards the quarterback and still try and cover downfield. Well, they're unable to convert that into much, but it's never a bad idea to try to get the ball into a tight end of his caliber's hands and see what kind of disruption he can cause.
Throwing here, Purdy. Again to the big tight end, George Kittle.
And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 42. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks. So into Cardinal territory now. It's 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Purdy will set up to throw it here. He'll get this to Jennings over the middle.
And he's going to get this inside the 30. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
Shotgun handoff down to McCaffrey. Gets by him at the 25. Down to the 25. It was Josh Sweat who got him down on the defensive side.
Well, they certainly had success throwing the ball on this drive and not as much running it as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals' 12-yard line. That one goes for 13 yards, and it moves the sticks.
Well, they've certainly done a nice job spreading the ball around on this drive. This time he gets it out to his back, and it's another nice play and another first down. They've got the defense on their heels a little bit. They're reacting instead of being aggressive and making plays.
Completes it to Jennings. So nothing doing there, and that'll bring up second down.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly.
2nd and 10. Purdy.
Being chased out left. The improv act there, good for 9, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd and short, 3rd and 1.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
And this offense on 3rd down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation.
Pass
pass taken in by his big tight end. Touchdown 49ers. George Kittle from 3 yards out. And the 49ers are able to stretch out their lead. Well, it was 3rd and 1. I was expecting runs. So much for that. They pass it, they score it.
That had the feel of the head coach telling the offensive coordinator, you've got 4 downs here. We're going to go for it on 4th down unless there's a disaster on 3rd. Go ahead and take a shot if you want to. And he gratefully accepted the opportunity and did exactly that. If they didn't get it there, that had the feel that they would come back and try it on 4th down.
Moody good with the extra point. And that pushes the lead up to 11. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive. And it all ends with a George Kittle touchdown. So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Cardinals offense and their veteran running back James Conner ready for this next possession. And as a play caller, when you've got a guy who's running like this, you lean on him and your offensive line. He's had big hole after big hole to run through in this first half. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
And you hear it all the time, but that's one of the dangers of the blitz. You get past that first wave, nobody else is there.
And when teams blitz, what they're trying to do is make you lose your poise, lose your timing and your tempo. But when you hold it together, you can really hurt them the other way, getting past that first wave.
A real field flipper there as all of a sudden they've got a first down in the red zone. To throw is Murray. And that is caught. Touchdown, Cardinals. Michael Wilson from 19 yards away. And the Cardinals are back within a score. Well, on that connection, it looked like they maybe had some pre-play communication. Maybe one of them noticed an area that was open in the defense to get the pass to.
When you put the time in, sometimes you have that great silent communication that you just noticed right there, because the best quarterback-receiver combos in the NFL, they know how to make those adjustments at the line of scrimmage when they see something pre-play, and they got it done there.
Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And the lead is down to 4. Well, it wasn't a one-play drive, but I think they'll take it. The scoring summary, 2 plays and into the end zone. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here right at the 30-yard line. Brock Purdy and the 49ers out for their next possession. Last drive, surgeon-like, dare I say, 7 for 7. That'll help your QB rating.
It will indeed, won't it? Can you figure out QB rating? Can you do it? Can you do the formula?
No, I just know the higher the number, the better.
Yeah, that's what I've been told,
That's what
too.
I know.
I know that in the NFL, 158.3 is the number they're all trying to get to. I think he was that on that last drive.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got McCaffrey open, complete.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down.
And his play caller does a nice job of giving him an easy throw to start this drive, and he takes advantage of it. The completion sets up a manageable second down.
Second down and a little more than a yard here. Purdy now to throw. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. It'll be back at the 36. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4. Really good defensive effort. They were all over that little swing pass out to the right side before lost yardage.
Terrific read, better execution, and done with a lot of enthusiasm, wasn't it?
Absolutely.
They saw it all the way, ran to the football, and caused a nice play for lost yardage.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. Here's Purdy. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up, not that time. Now the veteran Thomas Morstead on to punt it away. On the return, Dortch. That'll be a 49-yard punt, 6 yards there on the return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The Cardinals off halftime. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. And they'll just simply be looking to build off the confidence of the last time out where they scored a touchdown.
And confidence is powerful, isn't it? When you've scored once, you feel like you can go back out there and get it done again. Doesn't matter what the defense throws at them. They feel like they're in a groove right now, and they want to get out there and show it.
Yeah, hoping to stay in that groove here this go-around. 2nd and 9 now from the 21. Here's Murray. A short one here, caught by McBride. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. Coming up here looking for 3 yards to pick up the first. Murray now to throw. Screen pass to Connor. He's got this almost to the 40 before going out. 12 yards the pickup. Good enough for an Arizona first.
And this pass rush has really been bringing the heat and has already gotten home a few times here in the first half. So how about the play call there? Sometimes if you can't protect, you've got to fool them. Screen passes like that can take a little steam out of what's been a relentless rush so far.
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And he goes out of bounds. It looks like right at the 50. Right back to him for 10 more and a first.
And when you have success throwing the football, the old cliche becomes true. The playbook opens up wide. And these screen passes, they become even more difficult to stop.
Here's Murray from midfield. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. The coverage may be too good that time as he breaks away for 19 with his legs and a first down.
He's been making himself a weapon as a runner, and the results, they've been welcomed by his offense. My question is about the defense we're watching right now, partner. Even after he got him with a scramble earlier this drive, they still aren't devoting enough attention to him. I would expect that after that carry, they'll do a much better job going forward, spying on him on passing downs.
Just a gain of a couple there, and that will bring up 2nd down.
Let's just make this one simple. Could he be any more open than he was on that play?
And they lost him going to the outside.
Hard to believe because you go through your accounting on each and every defensive snap. Who's got who, what defense you're in. That was totally a blown coverage.
Murray now. And the timing a bit off that time as that one falls to the ground.
His back has been a dependable safety valve all game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
They got to get it to the 21 here on third down. To throw, it's Murray.
Work in the middle of it.
Now Jones is hit. He lost the football.
And this ball recovered by the offense. But remember, they cannot advance it here in the final 2 minutes of the half. So this will be blown dead, and it'll come back to the spot of the fumble. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10.
Again, they'll throw with Murray. And he's got his man in stride, complete.
And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal coming up as they get him down at the 6-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
And with just 4 seconds left in this first half, a timeout called. So with 4 seconds to go in the half, here's the field goal unit onto the field. This is an easy one, 23-yarder. And his kick is indeed good, and that'll bring him back within a point. So he's been a busy man here in this first half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
So still time for the kickoff here. 1 second to go in the half as this one is away.
And not wanting to risk anything here late in the half, he'll just take a knee and they'll bring the football out to the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
1 second, all that remains. Final play of the half, Purdy.
Sports Halftime Report, here's Jonathan Coachman.
We saw a fine performance in the first half from the former Mr. Irrelevant, Brock Purdy. He had a touchdown both in the air and on the ground to help push his guys into the lead at the break.
Okay, Coach, yeah, adjustments likely going to play a big role in this third quarter in what's been a tight contest so far. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The visitors' offense and Kyler Murray headed back out onto the field. And we'll take you through some of the highlights here. You'll notice he had a hand in a lot of them so far. He's got this offense rolling right now. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that all together and come out with something really strong, I believe, to get things going here in the third quarter.
Murray going to throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's third down.
And, partner, to me, that one was all about timing. If he's there too early, it's going to be a pass interference call. If he's too late, it's a completed pass. He was Johnny on the spot on that one.
So after the second down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Here's Murray. Eluding the pressure right. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, first down.
Well, he and his offense were staring down what was likely a 3-and-out. Zero fear from his side, though. Never doubted for a second they pick up the first. He's ready to pull the trigger on a keeper the moment it revealed itself.
On the counter, it's Connor. And he'll work it across midfield inside the 45.
160 yards for him on the ground now as he has been terrific here this afternoon.
We don't talk about it very often, but sometimes there's a dip in intensity when you start the second half, which can manifest itself in some sloppy tackling. And how about right there? He ran right through that weak tackle attempt.
Right back to Connor here on first. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down.
They went right back to him, but he pretty much had nowhere to go on that play.
Yeah, the previous carry looked pretty good. That one, maybe he was a little tired. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe he should have tapped out and had a second back come in and maybe make that run. Who knows?
And they'll come up 2nd and 7.
They'll stay on the ground with Connor again. And a short gain there down to the 37-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting third and about 4 to go.
That play reminded me a lot of a former teammate of mine. We used to call him the trash man. His ability to sift through traffic and make plays was uncanny.
And that's exactly what you want from your Mike linebacker. Throwing now is Murray. And down he goes. The 49ers get there. And the defense coming through on third down. A loss of 7 to bring up 4th.
Well, this has to count as a great team effort today, but this man, he's been at the center of all of it. Really special day for any defense to have this many sacks in a game, even more so for this player. One of the best individual efforts of the season.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. And now where will the side judge stop his walk? That's the question. He says it crossed out of bounds at about the 17-yard line.
The Niners offense had Brock Purdy getting ready for this next possession. And he had it going in the first half, that's for sure. He's really had his way with his secondary. They've been powerless to stop him, and he'll look to keep it rolling right here.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They have played so strongly. You look at the scoreboard, you probably, with the way they played, you would think the margin would be a lot bigger, right?
You would. And in your experience, how many times have we run into coaches where they've talked about, hey, we just want to put it in the hands of our defense and have them win the game? In this case,
yeah, not the case.
Not at all. You want to put it in the hands of your offense, but you always feel better about seeing defense because you think defense is a constant and offense kind of comes and goes. Today, this game, no, they need their offense to stay on a really hot level.
They've been hot so far.
And, oh, he's unable to hold on to that defensively. A potential game changer, but it falls incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect them to have more completions to him in this game.
After the incompletion, here now, 3rd and 2.
Purdy looking to throw. He's got his target. That's complete.
And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. It'll be a gain of 6 that time as it moves the chains as well.
But they certainly had success throughout this contest, getting him the ball in the passing game, and there he picks up another first down. Whatever they saw going into this one, they've been able to capitalize on it, and no adjustment has been made to take it away.
Once more, Purdy looking to throw. Complete to the tight end, Kittle, over the middle of the field. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. 13 yards there and a Niner first.
I'll tell you what, a lot of those mid-range throws have been available because sometimes teams get too concerned about the deep ball and they leave too much space in front of them. And these guys have been taking advantage so far.
Back to throw, Purdy. That's complete to Pearsall. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on second down. Second and a couple. Purdy will set up to throw it here. That's complete. It's Brandon Ayuk. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made here at the Cardinals 36. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. A handoff left, McCaffrey. And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. Nice job there defensively to clamp down because really they've been on their heels this drive.
Agreed, and they really needed that one for confidence, just to feel a little bit better. But I don't know if I would be daunted by them stopping me on one run. This drive has gone pretty well. I could come right back at them.
In motion left goes a tight end. Play action, and now here's Purdy to throw it. Escaping the pressure right. 6 yards there off the scramble, but it'll still leave him with a 3rd down.
The plan was clearly to challenge them by sending a blitz on 2nd down, but even the extra guys couldn't catch him in the backfield, though. He doesn't scramble for a first, but he does get the last laugh by evading the blitz and getting beyond the line of scrimmage.
They'll break the huddle and come up on the 9th play of this drive, needing 5 yards on 3rd down. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. And now that brings up 4th down there, a loss of 6 yards on the sack.
This is a little hard for me to compute because I'm watching sack after sack happen, but somehow they're still behind in the game. I would expect all of this defensive pressure to translate to them taking a lead, and thus far, it hasn't happened. Time's winding down. They don't want to waste this type of performance from these ace pass rushers.
So Purdy off and Moody on for the 49er field goal. From the right hash, this from 53. And that is no good. And this is going to remain a 1-point game. So an 8-play drive gets them down there, but play number 9, that winds up a missed field goal.
And they definitely moved the ball well. That's a drive where you hate to come away with nothing.
The visitors' offense and their quarterback set to take the field once more. And he's been a nightmare to scheme against throughout this one. This defense has been totally taken apart, and that is borne out in his numbers. He's been terrific all game long. Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. So he'll be stopped here for no gain, and it'll be 2nd down.
Got to give credit where it's due. Really nice defense on that play. The pitch and catch was successful, but not any run after it.
Here's 2nd and 10. Now Murray. Flushed out right. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain.
Oh, partner, just a second earlier, and they might have had him because they certainly thought they were going to close in and drop him behind the line of scrimmage, but he had just enough time to dodge the pressure, and he ends up getting yardage before being stopped.
From the gun on 3rd down, Murray able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's a nice catch there. Remember, he had the fumble earlier. No way he was giving up the ball in that situation. Secured it tight to his body and picks up the first down.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. To throw is Murray. Dancing to his left. Nice work to get 7 out of that, and it's 2nd down. They'll try the left side with Connor. And not much. Maybe a yard down to the 23.
Sometimes you're aligned perfectly and the play comes to you, and sometimes you got to cover some ground to go make the play, as we just saw there.
We saw a great example of perseverance right there on that play.
Got to be careful. They might want to throw one over his head as this game progresses.
They'll go to the air here on 3rd and 2.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
I know ultimately that feels like a good defensive play, but I know it's really not. They had a chance to keep points off the board. Now they have a chance to kick a field goal by missing that shot.
Yeah, especially at this spot in the field. He's got to be upset he couldn't come up with that INT. And this one is right through, and they have regained the lead.
So give them 3 on that drive. You know, normally you'd say, we'll take it, but the way points have been flying around, it feels like a little bit of a letdown.
Yeah, you just have to wonder, are field goals going to be enough? Because as you pointed out, the way touchdowns have been scored, does kicking a field goal actually put you at a disadvantage the rest of the way?
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. San Francisco set to go on offense once more.
And I hate to point to that missed field goal from their last drive, but you look at the scoreboard, they would be in the lead if they had that 3.
Well, no doubt those points or those missed points do loom large, but here they're getting a chance for a makeup, aren't they? Almost like my time in school where I was always begging my teachers for a makeup exam. Here's their opportunity now to put those points on the board.
And every point becoming more vital here in the second half.
Now Purdy.
That's caught by Jennings. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he has got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
Well, we've seen running backs in today's NFL get involved in the passing game. Maybe it's about time more receivers like that get involved in the running game.
And that is something we are seeing more and more in this league, no question about it. That wasn't the biggest of gains, but it was enough to get them a first down. And it continues to test the defense. They have to think on every play about who might end up with the ball.
He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's second down. Up the gut, McCaffrey. And some room to work.
And good vision there as he's across midfield and down to the 45-yard line. The 71 yards now for McCaffrey. It's a first down.
Well, CD, a lot of times like to separate speed and quickness, and they've got a back that's both. We know that he's fast in the open field, but, man, his first step is so quick, too.
It is something, isn't it? Because you think of that type of speed getting to the perimeter and turning upfield, but also when you run those inside runs, He can get into the secondary so fast, the linebackers don't have a chance to react.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
A good space to operate there as he takes this down inside the 45-yard line.
A gain of 10 and a 49er first down.
This has been an up and down, back and forth type of a game, hasn't it? Maybe this long drive could take a little bit of the wind out of their sails, kind of settle things down a little bit.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10.
Throwing here, Purdy.
And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Taken down for the 5th time this game. Multiple defenders there to get him. This defense, they just continue to feast. 5 sacks now as a unit. It's been
turning out to be very, very good. Shit.
And we're seeing it come from a variety of places as well. Sometimes just the guys up front and getting to them. Other times you add extra guys rushing the quarterback, twists and stunts. It's been a variety, and they've had no way of blocking them.
So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. This is McCaffrey on the give, and he's dropped right at the 40. Gain of 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game, and while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
9th play of the drive now on 3rd and a country mile.
Purdy.
Flush to his right. And he'll be brought down at the 34, well short of the first down marker. Decent gain on the scramble to 6, but now it's 4th.
Like any team playing, they're looking for touchdowns to try and help their cause. But in this case, he does get them a little closer at least if they think a field goal turns out to be the better call here.
And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they have regained the lead. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yeah.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
Well, and now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason.
So here's Moody back out there now to send this one away. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line. Well, this offense headed back out, captained, of course, by their quarterback. And this defense has got to be at its wits' end, trying to come up with ways to keep him contained. He's had so many opportunities to tuck it and go, and he's turned a number of those opportunities into big plays.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you've described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker try to on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Here's Murray. And pressure coming, and they got him once again.
Multiple defenders get to him there, and that is the 6th time he's been sacked in this ball game.
So, Brandon, we sat in with a lot of coaches, and when they talk about things they want to accomplish offensively, I'm not sure that sack and sack are on their play sheet.
Well, that last sack puts Murray and the Cards in a tough spot, 3rd and long. He'll look to throw. He's going to let this one go deep. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
Zone coverage there, and they were playing deep. That makes it obviously a little bit harder to run by guys. And that time, there's not much of a window to get the ball in there, and it winds up incomplete.
Here comes the Cardinals punter now. As the drive goes backwards, so he's on to punt it away. And he uncorks a beauty. Best of the day. A big boot that time. 57 yards the official distance. And the Niners will go on offense. 1st and 10.
San Francisco's offense returns to the field.
And they split the uprights last time for 3. They've got the lead. They're not going to play this conservative. They're not hoping for another field goal. They're hoping for a touchdown.
I'm with you on that one. I like where your head is. I like the way you're thinking because you're exactly right. Trying to sit on a lead and play that way, that doesn't work too well for most teams. Run your offense.
Yep.
Run what you do best. Exactly. Put it all the way down and try to increase your lead in a big way. And the best way to do it, touchdowns.
Looking for the out route, and he's got it. It's complete to McCaffrey.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and it's 2nd down.
All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it could turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Now a give, right side McCaffrey. And he's got room.
Now he's free at the 35.
And he will take this all the way down to the Cardinals' 21-yard line. So it's a quarter that saw these two teams trade field goals here as we've reached the end of 3 quarters of play. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Back now here in Santa Clara. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the 4th quarter of play.
We couldn't ask for much more to this point in the second half. A gorgeous day, 1-score game. 1st and 10 here. Purdy now to throw.
And when you're in a 1-score game in the second half, now's not the time to force the football into places where you shouldn't. And that's a smart decision to just get that one out of there.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on 1st down.
Shotgun now with Purdy. A throw left side for Pearson is complete.
And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. A nice gain of 21 yards.
Not quite enough to get into the end zone, but what a nice play there. He makes the catch, tries to turn upfield and get to the pylon, but doesn't quite get there. But they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal from very short range.
So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
Here's Purdy.
Now he's and he's going to take it in. Touchdown, San Francisco.
It's a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Niners get an important score there to extend their lead here in this 4th quarter.
And he certainly played a pivotal role with those 2 TDs and why they're up on the scoreboard right now.
Well, someone's all about winning, aren't they? Because he's not worried about the number. Sure, it's great to have 2 touchdowns. But the bottom line is what he's doing is contributing to their lead. He wants to continue to do so.
The extra point try now for Moody.
And with that, the lead is up to 8. So that drive spanned 5 plays. And the end result for the 49ers, a touchdown. So following the touchdown, here's Moody back out to send it away. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25.
Here's the Arizona offense now as they get set to take over.
There's still plenty of time here in the fourth quarter. Just a one-possession game, down 8. They'll be looking for the touchdown and two-point conversion. A field goal here on this drive does very little at this stage. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at their own 26. They start with a give to counter. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 178 yards rushing for him now as he has been tremendous all day long.
Another carry for their leader and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch victory.
To throw, it's Murray. And Jones has it over the middle. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. 11 yards there, just like last play.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a one-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Murray now. He'll find Jones again, complete. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on 1st down. From the 43, here's 2nd and a yard. Here's Murray. That one thrown across his body, and it's incomplete.
We've seen this quite a few times in this game. Offensive line unable to keep leverage, unable to keep people away, facing a lot of pressure. Fortunate just to get rid of it.
One of the reasons they're down is that inability, though, to stop the pressure. We saw another example of it there. On 3rd and short, to give it to tight end. And he will have 1st down yardage as he's brought down at the 41.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the 1st down. A nice run right there.
Murray going to throw. Eluding the pressure right. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A nifty bit of scrambling there. 12 yards, 1st down.
These are running back numbers that he's accumulating right now. Received double-digit carries and has rewarded them by breaking the century mark in rushing, in addition to what he's done through the air. Definitely MVP caliber football we're witnessing.
Murray a give. This is Connor.
Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all.
There to stop him on the defensive side, Fred Warner.
Well, that's not a run that's going to make any of the highlight tapes, but they've been moving it well all game on the ground. This is another one that keeps them moving forward.
Ball on the 28-yard line. Here's a 2nd and 9. Here's Murray as he sets to throw it. Wilson's got it complete. And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. A good pickup there of 20 yards.
And that's a much-needed 1st down right there. Look, they're down by 8. So logic says they don't have to get a touchdown out of this drive. But the way things are going, I don't know if I'd put it in the hands of my defense here. You might not get
to the end zone, but knocked away and incomplete.
Well, he's smart enough to avoid the taunting rule, but I'll guarantee he quietly has told them, you might want to stop coming after me downfield because I just broke up another pass and took away a big shot that you were trying to succeed with.
Nothing on 1st down, so the ball remains at the 8-yard line, 2nd and goal. Out of the shotgun, they'll run with Connor. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
2 things to watch. First is strength and being able to break out that initial contact. But at his size, once you slow his momentum, It's hard for him to get it started again and end up tackling him behind the line of scrimmage.
Murray now, 3rd and goal. That's to the pylon and incomplete.
Great defense there on 3rd and goal. They took away everything, forced him to fire that one to the sideline where no one could get it.
So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. From the right hash here. Should be an easy one. And his kick here is good. And that'll get the lead down to 5. So an interesting call there to take the 3. I mean, I guess they're thinking that their hands were tied, but, you know, 4th quarter, that field goal might not help them that much in the end.
Yeah, eventually they're going to need the touchdown. The thinking must have been they didn't feel confident about picking it up there, hoping maybe on defense they can get better field position, get a turnover, get a better play, and then they'll have a chance to attack the end zone.
So after the field goal, Riley back out as he'll send this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Out comes Christian McCaffrey with the rest of the offense. He's been a good workhorse. I know we use the word workhorse a lot, but he's been a good workhorse for him in this one.
No doubt about it, and there's nothing wrong with that. That's what you're looking for if you're a back, because that means everything's coming together for you. The big guys up front have created space. You've run through it. You've probably gotten some help even from the wide receivers who want to catch passes as opposed to block, but they're helping out too.
Yeah, everyone's pitching in. He's had a good game. Purdy looking to throw. Completes it to Jennings. And they'll get it out just short of the 45 at the 44. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
Well, how about this aggressive approach? Got the lead, 4th quarter, continuing to throw the football. Are you thinking about Super Bowl 51? Atlanta had the lead against New England, and they ended up giving it up?
I was going to say don't say it, but you did say it.
I did, didn't I?
Yeah, anybody watching in Atlanta, our apologies. He'll wind up getting 9 after tucking it and running, so it'll leave him with 2nd and a yard.
I do think it's fair to say that they were caught off guard a little bit when he decided not to throw it on 1st down. But give them credit. They recovered in time to deny him the 1st down yardage. But it's only 2nd and short, so that run is still likely to lead to a new set of downs.
Back to throw, Purdy. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, but it's going to lead to 3rd down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
The 9, he will slide to a stop. He does have the 1st down. 4 yards there as they let him out of the pocket, and he got enough for the 1st.
Now that's a killer because you think you've got it absolutely covered, and then he hot-foots it out of there and picks up a 1st down. Drives you crazy as a defense.
Looked like, you're exactly right. Looked like a for-sure stop on 3rd, and then the tables turned. On 1st down, this is McCaffrey. They're going to snuff this play out behind the line. We have not seen that much today. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, that was one of the few times they've been able to contain him thus far. He's over 100 yards for the game, but he lost a bit off his total on that carry.
So the 1st down run lost a couple. Now they come up 2nd and 12. Looking to throw. Purdy. Connects with Kittle underneath. So the completion results there in 9 yards. And now it's 3rd and 3.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
7th play of the drive now as they come up on a 3rd and 3. They'll try and pick it up with McCaffrey. And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. This late in the game, Charles, I think you maybe seriously have to think about going for it.
Especially where they are in terms of field position, because this is almost like no man's land. Might hurt your punter because there might not be enough space, maybe too far for your field goal kicker. I'm like the old rule. Possession is 9/10 of the law. Possession is 9/10 of winning the game. Go for it. Get the 1st down. Close it out.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
This has been a tremendous drive to this point, and this is all you want, playing with a lead in the fourth quarter. If you can keep the ball on the ground, keep the sticks moving, you're going to be in good shape to finish this one off.
So this offense able to convert on fourth, and now a fresh set of downs here, 1st and 10.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. Down to about the 22 here. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3.
If you can keep getting gains like that, Charles, with the lead here in the fourth quarter, I mean, keep running it, right?
No doubt about it, but what the offense coordinator has to do is understand. They're going to continue to stack the line of scrimmage. What runs do you have in your arsenal that'll work against a stacked box and continue to move the ball?
From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. The pickup goes for 13 and sets him up 1st and goal. How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what we said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get off the field. Instead, they can't find any traction towards doing that. Right now, they're just getting muscled all over the field and getting pushed down it.
And for one of the few times here today, this run's not going to go anywhere. No gain on the play that time, and it sets up 2nd and goal.
That time they're able to bottle him up, but he's having a really nice game.
I agree with that. Let's just go big picture, right? Every back that's in the Hall of Fame had carries where they didn't gain yardage or they lost yardage, but you stick with them, don't you? When they're having a good game, keep feeding them.
Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
You got to be precise with your throws, especially in this situation. You're inside the 10-yard line going into the end zone. But sometimes the emotion, the excitement, sometimes the decisions just aren't made very well because of that.
A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play, 3rd and goal.
Ayuk goes in motion.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted.
Picked up by Sean Murphy-Bunting. And the Cardinals are right back in this football game. So a good drive with a bad ending, Charles. They move it down the field well. Cannot finish it off, though, as it's intercepted in the end zone.
Deflating, that has got to be the word here because they were sharp in moving it down the field. But sometimes you start thinking like a touchdown is a given. And it doesn't always work out that way as we saw there.
The Cardinal offense takes back over. The interception sets them up with an opportunity to erase this fourth quarter deficit. Now, this series could very well determine our outcome. Murray and the Cardinals with a 1st and 10 at the 20.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
Out route, he finds his man. It's Jones.
And he'll have this past the 30 prior to going out of bounds. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick 1st down.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
On 1st and 10 is Connor. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. He'll get a nice chunk there on the 1st down run, and it's 2nd and 4.
Well, I think after that run, the defense is getting back in the huddle and looking at each other and maybe starting to question their confidence a bit. They gave up a significant run, 6 yards, and now you're saying to yourself, how do we stop them, and do I have enough confidence to make a play?
And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That burst good for 20 and a 1st down.
We'll definitely see some open running lanes, and he's taking advantage of it right now, but that shouldn't be a surprise. Defense has the lead. They're playing for the pass first.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. They stay on the ground. Here's Connor again.
And we're down to the 41.
Watching that play unfold and watching him complete it brought back memories of doing all those pursuit drills to make sure you don't over-pursue and let a guy get a cutback lane on you. He did that very well.
You praised him on tape yesterday for the angles that he takes to the ball. Took a great angle right there.
They run behind center with Connor. And this winds up a pickup of 2, maybe 2.5 to about the 39.
Well, praise has to go to the guys on the offensive line because they've had a very nice, productive day running the football. How about that poor defensive line? They've been knocked around the entire game, and while they slowed them down on that run, can they continue to do so? Because they haven't had much success throughout this ball game.
From the gun, Murray. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
They've been moving the ball well, but this drive was in danger of stalling out. Fortunately, this is a nice throw here, and they're able to pick up a new set of downs.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10. Throwing now is Murray. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Well, a momentary speed bump there with that throw, partner. The defense had other ideas, and they're trying to mount a small stand before this drive reaches the end zone.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. To throw is Murray. And he completes it to Wilson. And down inside the 15 he goes. 5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively, but they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Murray now to throw. Got his tight end. That's complete. It's McBride. And he's able to get this down to the 5-yard line before he's out of bounds. Well, that tight end position, it just seems to continue to evolve every year in the NFL.
Yeah, you're getting really terrific athletes. A lot of them maybe were wide receivers at one point. They continue to give you speed, great hands, and big bodies, which make them excellent targets for quarterbacks.
Steps away. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona. Kyler Murray, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Cardinals have taken a 4th-quarter lead. A late turnover, so often the difference in a ball game. And here, the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect a lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day 1 of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. And he's going to go down. Can't get rid of it, so a sack on a 2-point try.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26. The Niners offense and their quarterback headed out for this next possession. And he has been masterful so far in leading this offense. He's kept the mistakes to a minimum. He's been on point with his passes. And he's generally been one step ahead of this defense all game long. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And a close game like this, Charles, those interceptions like they had on the last drive could be costly. But here they've got another opportunity to seize control of this game.
And they'd better take advantage of it because otherwise, if they end up losing by 1 score, they'll relive this over and over and over until they have another opportunity to wipe it away. Just about every quarterback is trained to really look downfield first before you come back and make a nice, safe throw. And in this case, that's exactly what he did. Found his running back, let him create some space, It turned out to be a nice play for the offense.
Purdy going to give it to Garindo. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there.
We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
A big play here. 3rd and 2. Now Purdy. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he is going to have the 49ers first down by about a yard as they're able to convert on 3rd and 2.
That gets them the first down, but they've still got to move quickly here.
Plenty of time. All 3 timeouts still remain. Here's 1st and 10 now. Here's Purdy. He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down.
And they picked up a little bit of yardage there, and now, in this situation, should be in no hurry to run a play really fast. Let the clock wind down.
Here's 1st down. Here's Purdy to throw.
He'll get this to Jennings over the middle. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 1:06 left to go in the game.
Now 2nd down and a few inches. To throw is Purdy.
Connects with Kittle underneath. The Cardinals going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
And Kittle going to have a 49ers first down as he'll get this down inside the 35.
McCaffrey running up the middle. Now the Cards going to call another timeout, their 2nd. That'll leave them with just 1 remaining in this 4th quarter of play.
They'll come up now. 2nd and 9.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. Oh, look at the juke.
And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout.
Probably had 60,000 thinking pass right there, including us in the booth.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That was a big call, big guts on that one. And guess what? That run, it'll pay dividends.
Two timeouts still available in this final minute. It's 1st and 10 now.
A handoff, McCaffrey running right. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
They'll come up now. This is 2nd and long. A give running left now, Garindo.
And he'll take this one down near the 15. The Cardinals forced to burn their 3rd and final timeout. And as the 2 teams talk it over on their respective sidelines, we take a break.
Well, this defense needing a stop here. Got to have it. 3rd and 9.
They'll give it up to McCaffrey. And he's going to come up well shy of the first here as the tackle's made right around the 12.
At this stage, you've got to hustle. Got to get back to the line of scrimmage because you're saving that timeout to make sure you have a chance to get your kicker out there for the big shot.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. He's made 2, he's missed 1, this time for the win. Now here's a timeout, as they will indeed call it with 5 seconds to go and a chance with a field goal to win the game. So it all comes down to the right foot of Jake Moody. From the right hash, this for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So there was a little meat on that bone, a little more than a chip shot considering the circumstances, but he's able to bang it home in what should be the game winner.
And the key was getting him into a good position to kick from. I mean, if that's a 52-yarder, you're going to have some anxious moments, but kickers nowadays, you give them anything under 40, and they're automatic.
So after the made field goal by Moody, he's back out to kick this one away. And with time a factor here late, he'll just take a knee, and they'll start things out at the 25. Here's 1st and 10. Murray, one final try. He's going to let it fly. It's caught inside the 25. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory.
It was a long shot, but they did get one final chance to try to score and overcome this small deficit. No touchdown there, Charles. And that brings this one to a close.
Yeah, I think Hope was wearing one jersey and Worry was wearing another on the other sideline as that final snap played out. Now, we've seen some incredible plays to win games before, but in this case, I think the distance is just a little bit too great for it to happen here.
So that'll do it for us. For my partner, Charles Davis, and all the hard-working men and women on our crew,